Hello folks, Y Guy here again, and welcome to my home on this beautiful summer day. This video is called the Y Guy Prison. I was, when I woke up this morning, thinking of doing a video. I was going to title it the Y Guy Why Do Videos, because I've been asked that. And I'm going to go ahead and answer that question initially. The reason I do videos is because I care. And I care a lot. You care for who, Y Guy? You care about what? I care for people. I care for the position that they're in because I relate so much. And I admit majority of these videos are directed to and are about Christians or the Christian religion. I've got to admit that because they're dear to my heart. The Christian people are so dear to my heart. Some of my videos, some of you are wondering, really? Some of the way I come across, but oh boy, do I care. Well, as an analogy about how I care and why I care, is I'm going to use prison ministry as an analogy because I've been involved with prison ministry, well, in the past for probably over a decade. And my initial reason for being involved with prison ministry is because of that one particular parable that said that, you know, you didn't visit me at prison, you know, and Jesus was speaking that. And at the time that my initial reasoning for doing prison ministry, at that time, I didn't realize that that parable was to and for and about the house of Israel, because Jesus said that I came for the house of Israel. And essentially, I was reading someone else's mail. But even though I was reading someone else's mail, there's still principles within that mail that convicted my heart. And frankly, there's nothing wrong and no harm in me doing prison ministries, but even though I initially did it for the wrong reason. But later on, that reasoning changed into compassion, into mercy, into grace, into love for those people, for the inmates. And so it was a wonderful experience. I never will regret that. I took these orientation classes, you know, it was quite grueling, quite a few nights a week. Over and over again, given by a prison psychologist, and things that you just needed to know. And then they gave you these passes, semi-permanent pass, my little red badge, that essentially gave me the right to come and go as I pleased. And certain grounds of the prison, I could walk and talk and go in their band room and pull one of their instruments out and sit at one of the dining tables and talk and play music. And anyway, it allowed me to do those kind of things. But later on, I put a band together that was hosted by CMA, Christian Motorcycles Association. And yeah, I'm a biker from way back. And I just love bikers. I think they're, for the most part, they're wonderful, wonderful people. And if you haven't been involved with them and there's a stigma attached, your stigma is usually wrong due to just a handful of a few of them. But anyway, later still, I put together a group, a band, from different praise teams from different churches. And we just went in on our own. And it was a wonderful experience. So I discovered, though, in all of this experience between these classes and just talking with the inmates after the band would be leaving and things like that, I discovered over the years that some of those guys actually feel, and the important word here is feel, they actually feel more free behind bars than they do on the streets. Isn't that odd? Well, there's a reason for that. Some simply just don't know how to function, you know, in society without that regimented lifestyle. That's the best way to put it. Now, my buddy Phil, hello Phil, he'll be the first one to tell you. I mean, he works for the county jail, and he deals with inmates 5, sometimes 6 days a week. And he'll tell you that there's almost a rotation. There's they have their regular guys and gals that come through there. So that's because they just can't function without being there. Now, my point in all of this is I was ministering, without me knowing it at the time, I was ministering from a religious prison to a secular prison. Are you saying, why guy, that Christians are in prison? Well, absolutely, I am. And you'll understand if you continue with this video. As I said earlier, I love the Christian people far more. You have taught me, you have loved me, and you have taught me so much. I can't thank you enough. I just can't. I've had far more good experiences within that prison, church system, than I ever, far more, how do I say this? It was wonderful. Just put it simply as that, with very little regret. Okay, well, at least that's, from my perspective, my story. Others might have a whole different feeling about it, okay? But some within that church system will say, we're not like that. We're free. We're not in any prison. Well, you feel free. Again, there's that word feel. You feel like you're free. Possibly your church system or where you're at isn't minimum security. You know that church that's in Virginia, where they're in Washington, D.C., where they picket dead soldiers' funerals, and they have these signs out that are saying God hates you and your son or daughter are going to burn forever in hell and all that. The world looks at those people as Christians. Okay? They really do. Now, I know that those Christians are in a prison, a maximum security prison. I wish they were more secure in reality. But anyway, back to my topic. Remember that regimented structure that some of these inmates actually need to function? Now, in your church, okay, if you don't think that it is, I'm going to prove that the church system is a prison system. In your church, to one degree or another, you have people telling you what to wear, what to eat, what to read, what to sing, where you can go, where you can't go, when to go, and you're telling me that's not prison? Some of these guys that I've ministered to have more freedom than that, yet the worst is still yet to come. I hadn't even mentioned the worst part of it all. In your prison, they actually tell you what you're allowed to believe. Even the secular prisons don't do that. Anyway, to conclude, I am free, truly free, and I want you to be as well. Preachers will tell you that if you don't attend the church, especially specifically their church, if you don't attend on a regular basis, that you're going to backslide. That's a term they use a lot, and possibly you'll even end up in hell for all eternity. Well, this fear-based hell portion is pure bullshit. However, God may want some of you in that religious prison system. There's things to learn within that system that you can't learn without it. I'm so grateful for that time that I was incarcerated in Christianity. I'm very grateful for that time. But I've been released now. And, maybe you're there to minister to other inmates. I know I was. Well, this video are for those who are feeling that uneasiness. This isn't for everyone, okay? This is just specifically for just some of you who are feeling that uneasiness about church, all right? There's a reason you're feeling uneasy, and it's also for those who know, and you know, that there's something terribly wrong with the church system, all right? Maybe you need to leave, and don't be fearful. Don't be afraid. Since my wife and I have left that religious prison, that religious church system, God is always on my mind. He's on the center of my mind, it seems like. 24/7. It's amazing because He has completely filled the gap, that void that was left from the church system that took up so much of my time and my energy and my thoughts and my worries and my concerns. There's now no more worry. There's no more fear. God has filled all of that in and replaced it with peace and confidence and trust in Him that I didn't know existed. That frankly the church system unknowingly most of the time replaces those things with routines and dogma and rules, and you understand. Well, folks, the reason I'm doing this video is because I love and care so much. And I am free, and free indeed. And because of love and care and the grace and the mercy that's been shown to me, I had no choice but to try to share some with you. Thank you for watching.